Morning, Coach. We'll get started with Kristen and then Dave.
Okay. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Doug. You guys have struggled, it seems, offensively in the first half of games so far this season. It seems like the majority of your offensive performance is coming in the second half. What is it about getting off to those slow starts? And you've preached this before, but how can you get off to a quicker start?
Well, there have been times where, we have gotten points on that opening drive. I think some of our tempo offenses really helped that. Something that we did the other night. We got the field goal. We'd love to have touchdowns, but it's something we keep addressing, and we got to make sure when we start the game that everybody's locked in, and I've got a good set of openers, first and second down plays that we feel comfortable with as we attack the opponents. But I think overall, we've done some good there, but and then again, some defenses that we've played have been pretty good, and have also kept us off the field there too.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Zach.
Morning, Doug. Zach Ertz will be back on the practice field this week. How much do you expect him to do? And along those lines, how differently have defenses been playing you guys without him in the lineup?
I expect Zach just to kind of get back, within the offense, get comfortable again. We're going to ramp him in there and see where he's at, today. And then, honestly, defenses, I think, haven't really done much different. You look at the red zone maybe and some on third down, but first and second down stuff, they're just playing their defenses, So really, with Zach in there or without, these guys, defensively, they're just playing their stuff.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Paul.
Hey, Doug, when you look at Jalen Reagor, how would you assess his production relative to what you expected going into the season?
Well, listen, he's missed a lot of football, so there hasn't been a lot of production. Now, would I like to get him the ball more? Yeah, I would. I mean, we'd like to get him more touches if we can. We know there's one football, and we got some explosive guys too. So it's hard to just say, hey, I want to go in and get him X amount of touches. It's also how the defense plays, and look, we play so much fast, tempo offense that the ball could go anywhere. Our tempo offense is not about scheming one guy. It's about playing fast and executing our stuff. So, but moving forward, yeah, I would like to get him, some more touches if I can.
Paul and then Les.
Yeah, Doug, I wanted to ask you about one play in particular Sunday that at least in my mind seems to typify some of Carson's struggles. It was the 3rd and 3 throw on the first possession to Jalen. He had him open real quick. He seemed to double hitch and was slow getting the ball to him. And by that time, Bradbury had kind of recovered and it was tough to complete. Is that a situation where you think he doesn't totally trust the receiver, that he doesn't totally trust his confidence in making that throw? What do you see?
That's not on Carson. I put that more on us as coaches to coach that play better, and I put it on those two young receivers. And I say that to say this: if we just execute the play a little better, it's a completion. Listen, you got to look at the whole body of the play, the body of work to really understand. I don't know how much of the play you saw, if you just saw a TV copy, if you just saw, the fact that James Bradbury came over the top. It's a pick. It's a design pick, a rub play, and, we failed to execute. So it's something that we've addressed with our players. That's why you saw Carson double clutch the ball, because we failed to execute the pick part of it, the rub part of it, and then Jalen went a little bit too deep on his route. So those are things that we got to get corrected, and those are the things that are really keeping us, from executing that and staying on the field.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Les, and then Ruben.
Sorry about that. I was trying to process your answer there. I had a different question to ask, but there was one analyst put that up on Twitter and was saying that Carson should have thrown the ball right at the pick when it looked like Reagor was open, but you're saying that wasn't the way that was. He's not supposed to throw the ball then, right?
Not right off, not that not that soon. No, it's more of a rub play. You guys watch the Steelers play and how they do their rub passes on third down. Well, that's what it's designed to do. And we just, again, it's something that we failed to execute. We've just got to detail a little bit better, work on it more. And it's not that type of a throw.
Okay.
It allows Reagor to come out of the break a little bit faster.
Okay. Well, my real question was, Travis Fulgham, this was the first game in which we really haven't seen him make an impact. What do you make of that? Did they do a really good job of covering him? Was there something he could do better? Was it Wentz? What did you see out of that game with Travis and the one catch?
I think defenses are more aware of where he is now, and he's drawing a little more coverage, his way. The addition of, Alshon didn't get that many snaps, but we are rolling Alshon in a little bit more. And then on Travis too, just understanding his role and what we're trying to get done with him, and he's a big, powerful, physical guy, and we got to keep him, coming. He can be explosive, and listen, he's also he's new to our system and our offense, so he's still processing and learning as well, and it's something that we want to keep him and Alshon coming together.
Go ahead, Ruben, and then Jeff McLean.
Hey, Doug. I assume you're going to have Isaac back at left guard on Sunday, barring any setbacks. Obviously, JP's back, Lane's back at right tackle. Having that whole group virtually intact now, how much more can you dial up offensively, especially in the screen game, and getting the ball to the running backs in the passing game?
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll see where Isaac's at today, and hopefully there are no setbacks, as you mentioned, and he can have a great week of practice. We know that our backs can be dynamic, in the screen game. We have struggled sometimes just to complete the screen, or a defender has kind of read it and been sitting there. But yeah, we feel like our backs can be explosive when we get them in space and then get them the football. And having said all that and getting Isaac back, I'm hoping that it opens up a few more opportunities for us down the field.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then Mike Kay.
Doug, do you feel like you've done enough to get Carson outside of the pocket and take advantage of his ability to throw on the move this season?
You know what, Jeff? I think I can do more. I can dial up more of those. We did a couple in the game the other day, and they were successful. And to answer your question, short answer is yeah. I think I can dial some more up and get him out because he is dynamic out there.
Go ahead, Mike, and then Tim.
Hey, Doug, with the way Cleveland's able to control the clock with their running game, how much pressure does that put on you guys to really take advantage of every snap that you have?
It's real important. It's a dynamic, explosive run game that they have, and it's a kind of a two-headed monster with those two running backs. And it's something that our defense will have their hands full, Sunday with it. But then offensively, yeah, I agree. You got to make the most of every possession, every drive, and if they want to shorten the game, then we have to capitalize on that offensively, and we know that, and we just can't keep making mistakes and shooting ourselves in the foot or turning the ball over or the things that have kind of plagued us all season. So we're aware of that, and got to make the guys aware of that as well.
With that outlook, sorry, Brett, just to follow up. With that outlook, though, does that put more pressure on you, or does that make you want to put up more shot plays, or does that make you want to have a little bit longer drives and kind of own the clock yourselves?
Yes.
Go ahead, Tim, and then Nick.
Hey, Doug, I'm sure you put a lot of thought into the best approach with Carson, how to kind of, untap the best of him. Is he being coached hard enough right now? And what's the key to kind of unlocking him over these last final games?
Yeah, this question of is he being coached hard enough, I don't necessarily understand. He's being coached the way that we would coach any of our players, and we coach them all the same, and we coach them all hard and aggressive, and we're trying to get the most out of all our guys. it just so happens that the quarterback position is magnified, and just like my position as head coach is magnified. Every decision, every throw, everything that he and I do is going to get criticized, and that's okay. But I know how he's being coached, and I know how he's receiving the coaching and how he's practicing and how he's working with all the players and working with the offensive line. And I get it. It hasn't been perfect, but we're still working, and we're going to get better each week.
We've got time for two more, so Nick and then Ed Kratz.
Hi, Doug. After the game that you had on Sunday, you addressed this a little bit on Monday too, but do you feel like the need to change up anything procedurally wise in practice, go harder on them, or back off in certain spots? I don't know. I mean, are you doing anything differently this week to try to get them better prepared?
That's my secret. No, I think this is the time of year too where, you can come out of pads a little bit and keep the guys as fresh as you can. Try to get them off their feet, keep them healthy, all of that. This time of the year, but again, as I mentioned, I believe Monday, that I look at everything. I don't want to make just knee-jerk reactions moving forward. We know we have to coach better and play better, and that's the bottom line.
Go ahead, Ed.
Hey, Doug. Just Jalen Reagor did miss 5 games. I mean, what do you think hindered him the most missing that time?
Just getting the reps, getting the snaps in practice, getting real-time game plays as well. I mean, that's hard for any young player to miss that amount of time, especially in his first year, and then come back. So, these are all things we're working with him and working through with him and getting him. We're throwing a bunch at him, and he's handled it really well. But just missing those in-game snaps, those practice snaps, working the timing out with Carson, that's a big deal, and that's probably the biggest thing that he's missed, and probably we missed as an offense, in his absence.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.